whether it's an embedded solution with our DC power plants represented by Commander 2, Centurion 2, and Sentinel, our discrete standalone systems represented by our HE1U, -MU, or DP10i distribution panel, -MU, or a standalone remote control monitoring with our Site Sentry, our Site Graph pieces of equipment. Each of these pieces of equipment allow the user or the owner to log in remotely, look and understand and capture the data that's happening at their site at different levels, whether it's a just distribution panel or you need something to tie into old legacy equipment. There's a solution for everything across the board. Well, as many know in the telecommunications space, network resiliency is the #1 priority. Once the sites are on and operating, whether it's a LMR site or a cell site or a wireless site, we're looking for that thing to be on forever, never going down. But we understand the reality is that sometime equipment fails. So having the ability to understand what's happening remotely, understanding the ability to assign the correct resource when we need it, it helps benefit the resiliency we need. Unfortunately, part of that resiliency is the people involved. According to some recent polls, we're shorting 20 to 30,000, and it's really difficult to find a body that's willing to go out there and do the job necessary, which means that we're now relying on less people to do more jobs. And it really, it highlights the need for better training. Many sites that are conveniently accessed, but those are few and far between. Realistically speaking, we have many sites that are on top of mountains, only accessible by snowcat or helicopter. In urban areas, we've got sites that are located at the type of skyscrapers where you have to access it, navigate difficult traffic, and then go up 70 flights of stairs to get up there, and then you still have to hand climb the last 5. So regardless of where you're located, the remote control can help you triage and understand. You know what pieces of equipment has failed, so that you show up with the appropriate replacement parts and not have to scramble. And it also helps you minimize the amount of stock that you're doing or have on your truck, so you're not carrying a plethora of possible replacements, but you actually have the tool you need to replace the piece of equipment you have. Most of our equipment, it comes built in and it has embedded web servers, so there's no additional software required. All you need to do is plug it into the Ethernet. You have an IP address and you can access it remotely. When you purchase the standalone products like a Site Sentry or Site Graph, that's your one and only purchase. You've purchased the equipment. Now you're free to install it as needed and can access your equipment remotely via that piece of hardware.